Hello basketball fans and welcome to the ASEAN Basketball League game between the Westports Malaysia Dragons, the home team, and the visitors from China, the Chong Kung Fu Basketball Club. We are live at MABA Stadium in Kuala Lumpur and we are excited, we being myself, Ben Ibrahim, and Andre Reza and Ruth Ho, our courtside reporter, and Dre. On Saturday night, the Dragons did the unthinkable, an emotional double overtime victory over the Mono Vampire Basketball Club. Will they do it again tonight and beat the best team in the ABL?
Oh, it's going to be a tall order, but I believe they can. Behind the hot shooting of Marcus Marshall again, he's going to be able to bring the fire, and I know for sure the Dragons going to be able to contribute across the board. All the members are going to come up.
Well, will history repeat itself? We're now going to cross over to our courtside reporter, Ruth Ho, who's with the coach of the Westports Malaysia Dragons, Coach Chris Thomas. Over to you, Ruth.
Thank you, Ben and Dre. Coach, you've got a new import today, Curtis Washington. Tell us more about him.
So Curtis, joined us a couple days ago. Big, athletic, strong, seasoned center. Going to really help us out, bring a level of physicality to the team that we sort of lacked when we unfortunately lost Solomon Jones due to a personal matter. So we're really looking forward to getting Curtis in the fold and seeing what he can bring to the table.
Ever since that win against Mono Vampire, what technical adjustments have you been working on?
Well, I've adopted the approach this year. It's really about us and what other teams do and who they are. You're always going to try to adjust and bring different things to the table, but really what it's about this season is making us the perfect us that we can be. So, you go through the film, you watch what we do, and you just make some adjustments from that. I think, we're a team that really values spacing the floor and playing with pace. So, you just try to continue to incorporate ideas that fit with your roster. So the just us mentality really kind of has dominated our practices this week.
Thank you, Coach. All the best. It's back to you, Ben and Dre.
Well, thanks very much, Ruth, with Coach Chris Thomas, who's very confident he can get the win tonight. But Dre, like we said earlier, the Dragons are playing the best team in the competition, undefeated 2 out of 2 thus far, and led by their playmaker, Anthony Tucker. He's going to be hard to stop, but let's have a look at the tournament format at the moment. Those are the 3 groups, and teams within the same group will play each other 4 times twice, home and away. So that is the format. So very different this year, Dre.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be really different. Playing each other 4 times, a lot of familiarity, obviously see the playoff format here to get into the championship round. See, both top 2 teams will get a bye.
Quarterfinals and semifinals will be played in a best of 3 format. So that's very interesting. And the finals, as usual, will be played in a best of series format. So that's very exciting. So we're back right here, right now. So that is the format explained. And the Dragons playing right there, Dre. Now they're playing with 2 imports. But the major question is, I suppose, can their big man, their new big man who just arrived, Curtis Washington, can he fit into this team with ease?
Yeah, Curtis Washington is a defensive juggernaut. As we look at the team standings here, the club that the Dragons will be facing tonight, Chong Kung Fu Basketball Club, on top of the table with 2 wins. But as I was saying, Curtis Washington is a defensive juggernaut. He was known as a great defender in college, leading his team in block shots while he was in Georgia State. He is going to be a great addition to the Dragons Basketball Club.
Well, let's give full credit to the Dragons on Saturday night. I mean, they were 1 import down. Psychologically, they were hurt. But Marcus Marshall, my gosh, this guy stepped up. 60 points, an ABL record.
Yeah, Marcus Marshall was on fire. The rest of the team, not so much, unable to contribute. But they were they rode Marcus Marshall to that double OT win.
Well, we see there number 55 for Chong Sun, Justin Howard. He's no stranger to the ABL, 28 points and 15 rebounds against the Formosa Dreamers when they had a huge win on the weekend. And you know what, Dre? Chong Sun yet to be tested.
Yeah, Chong Sun, they have had, I wouldn't say easy games, but definitely this Dragons game is going to be a big test as well, because the Dragons have always been a great home team, Ben. The crowd's always there boosting their confidence. It'll be good to see the MABA crowd add a little bit of energy into this Dragon squad.
But speaking of energy, the Dragons really need to put a lot of energy, efficiency, and effort into their defense. And Coach Chris Thomas played a lot of zone defense against Mono Vampire.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see Justin Howard. It's not a big man that definitely that stretches the zone, but he can hit that high post shot. One of the weaknesses of a 2-3-7. We'll see what kind of zone Coach Chris Thomas plays now with the addition of Curtis Washington as well.
Well, Marcus Marshall, low sheet. That's low Shi-Fi, the shooter, and there is the second ASEAN import for the Dragon, Lil Cervantes, should I say. A great player who's played for Ginebra and Blackwater in the PBA, so he's got some good credentials behind him. And the Dragons fired up and ready to go. Do you think this will be a super close one, Dre?
It'll be tough because, again, Chong Sun, Anthony Tucker, and Justin Howard, two very experienced and really effective offensive players.
Well, those are 3 referees for this game, and they are going to have a massive impact on how this game is played out. And Marcus Marshall right there, the ABL Player of the Week. And now the ABL is giving out Player of the Week. And look at him here. What a shot. A great shooting exhibition on the weekend.
Yeah, Marcus Marshall was on fire. No one could stop this young man. You see this beautiful fadeaway. He was hitting fadeaways, jumpers, floaters, attacking the basket, 3-point shots, as you see here. 60 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. You're not going to be passing the ball too much when you're as hot as he was that night.
Well, let's hope that nothing happens to Marcus Marshall, because historically, the Dragons, when they're very reliant on certain players, some of those guys get injured. I remember Marcus Hubbard in season 2013. But Marshall, a great shooting exhibition on Saturday night. But the major question is, can he do it consistently? Not just tonight, but every game. Yeah,
the issue with that sort of thinking is Marcus Marshall is going to be keyed on now. You know Chong Sun is going to be making sure to take away the shots that they saw him take against Mono Vampire.
Well, the referee's right there taking a photo. And the Dragons huddling up right now, going through the motions. Do you think that, well, before I talk about zone defense of the Dragons, let's talk about Anthony Tucker. This man had a great game, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 13 assists, sharing the ball, shooting the ball, absolutely unstoppable there, passing to Howard.
Anthony Tucker is the catalyst behind this Chong Sun offense. He can drive the ball, shoot it. He is a willing passer. See this triple-double, a very impressive display against the Formosa Dreamers.
Well, don't forget, Anthony Tucker is no stranger to Malaysia. He won the Sri Mutiara Cup just a couple of months ago in September with one team, the Beijing Fly Dragons, a very prominent team in China, and playing with some former NBA players right there. Remember that, Dre?
Yeah, I did. It was great to see Anthony Tucker out here. He didn't show as much as he's shown in this ABL, but he showed flashes of brilliance during that Sri Mutiara Cup.
But you know one thing about Anthony Tucker, that he's so unpredictable. No-look passes, behind-the-back passes. The way he brings his team into the game is absolutely amazing, and that's the starting 5 for the Chong Sun Kung Fu Basketball Club. No surprises right there, especially with Kalen Johnson starting.
Yeah, Kalen Johnson, integral part of this offense. But Justin Howard, they got to say, that man ages like fine wine, always effective down low and in the high post as the older he gets.
Well, Ivan Yo, well done to him, and well done to Coach Chris Thomas for starting Ivan Yo. 14 points against the Mono Vampire Club. We are just moments away from tip-off. Hold on to your seats, everybody. Let's hope for a close basketball game between the Westports Malaysia Dragons and the Chong Sun Kung Fu Basketball Club from China. We are moments away. Justin Howard, he knows MABA very, very well.
Yeah, he's had some big showings in MABA Stadium. He's got that, I remember that high post jump shot was deadly. Not the prettiest form, but he is highly effective.
Well, I spoke to him before the game. I said, how are you finding China? He said, it's not Singapore, but you know what? It's basketball. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, in the end of the day, these players get paid to play this game that we love, as their balls are just about to be tipped off here.
And the Dragons get the ball. Marshall, the playmaker. Here he comes. What can he set up? What can he run?
See, Dragons starting out in a 1-4 low set now. Trying to get the ball inside.
There's the big man for the 2. Hits the iron. Howard with the easy rebound. China slow in transition. Chaka. Great pass. Spacing it out. Howard. Chong Sun trying to cut in. Howard attacks the cup. Ooh, tight defense there by the Dragons. Marshall, no surprise right there. Real fake drive and score. The Dragons on the scoreboard.
Nice move by Real Cervantes. Fakes that three-pointer and takes it hard to the hole for the first 2 points for the Dragons.
This crowd loves it. They're cheering. Chucker. It's getting physical out there. Kalen Tiongsen. Ooh, can't finish right there. Air ball, and Dragons with a bit of momentum here at the moment. Marshall. Fake, kicks out, swing. For the 3 from the corner. Ooh, in and out, and here comes Chong Sun. Bit quiet from the locals. Tucker for the long 3. Yes, just like that. Anthony Tucker gives Chong Sun the lead.
You cannot let a shooter of Anthony Tucker's capabilities to be wide open down there, even if it's a long 3. He knows he can hit that one.
Cervantes. Marshall behind the back. Step back for the 3. Ooh, falls way short.
Not a good shot there by Real.
Tucker, great pass to Howard. Howard attack. Oh, great defense there by the big man. Ooh, almost a travel call right there. Kabahog for the 3.
Ooh, that one would have brought the house down. Defense to offense. With great block by Washington, but here they are. Chong Sun attacking again.
Howard kicks out. Pulls up for the great block again by Washington, but no defense. The defense fell asleep, and Chong Sun capitalized on that to get another bucket.
Yeah, what did I say at the top of the show, man? Washington's the defensive stalwart. Led his team in block shots in college. He has the ability to patrol the paint, as you see a missed shot there by Marcus Marshall.
Marshall struggling at the moment. Shots not going down. Chong Sun hits the iron. Marshall with the rebound. Dragons gonna move the ball quicker. Kabahag posting up. Kabahag misses that. And the Dragons struggling to hit their shot straight.
Yeah, not a good shot by Kabahag. Not a lot of half-court offense right now. Kabahag forcing that one, but still early days yet. You gotta knock out those nerves. You know, first home game. Dragons still trying to sort out their offense a little bit here. As you see this play down low. Howard with all sorts of position down low. Great position by Howard. Real Cervantes forced to foul and send him to the line for 2 shots. No, my mistake. Sorry, that will be a side ball. Side ball inbound by Chong Sun.
It's Chong Sun. Oh, great offense there. And by number 14, Gwokai. He's a really, really great talent, Gwokai. A big man, 6'8". You got to body up on him. He's a big man. Marshall. Kabahag, can he hit the 3? Yes! From downtown, Patrick Kabahag, the man who graduated from Adamson University.
Great ball movement led to that open 3-pointer in the corner for Kabahag.
Tucker, great pass to Howard, but lost it. Here come the Dragons. Can they capitalize? Marshall! That would have brought the house down. Marcus Marshall not having his way like he did in Thailand.
Yeah, that happens when a player's hot and trying to transfer that over to the next game. He's trying to pushing it a little bit, trying to forcing the action. He's got to let the offense come to him.
Tucker bounce pass to Howard. Oh, that's a clear cut, shall I say, call by the referee. There was a lot of contact. You could hear that from the car park.
Yeah, you could, and it was a great pass by Anthony Tucker. Nice pick and roll action, finding a rolling Howard. Washington forced the foul, sent it to the line.
And Justin Howard, I'm never gonna jinx this man or say anything bad about this man's shooting style from the charity stripe, because it is usually quite effective, especially last season when he played for the Singapore Slingers.
Yeah, not a pretty shot, but it does go down.
2 out of 2 for the big man. Marshall saying stay calm. Cervantes. Kabahag. Cervantes. Ooh, lost the ball. Turnover. Tucker. Open look. Great pass. Ooh, but Howard didn't expect that right there, Dre.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to pull up for a 3 instead of pass in midair. Not the best decision, especially since Howard couldn't see the ball until it was too late.
Chong with a 4-point lead. And they're the better team at the moment, but early days yet in this game right here at MABA Stadium. Turnover again by the Dragons. Good spin move, and what a move by Guakai. What did I say? You gotta play defense.
Yeah, that's a great move there. Spin right to the middle. Easy layup. Again, turnovers leading to easy baskets for Kung Fu.
In and out. The Dragons, their offense is not being executed at the moment, Dre. They're struggling. They need to do something. Howard with the rebound and scores. Justin Howard having his way, and Coach Chris Thomas says, I've had enough, timeout.
Yeah, that's a good timeout by Coach Chris Thomas. Trying to stop this Kung Fu run.
Marshall with the 3, yes! Marcus Marshall steps up. The Dragons needed that, Trey. Only 5 points down now.
Much needed basket there for the Dragons.
But Trey, have a look at this. A lot of locals for the Dragons. Lo Shi-Fai, Ivan Yo, Ting, Kwek Chen Yuen. And they're playing a lot better at the moment. It's working. Marcus Marshall attacks the cup. Ooh, and an almost and one. Marcus Marshall will get 2 shots.
Yeah, that's a great attack by Marcus Marshall. And a lot more energy here from the locals. And before that shot went down, Ben Dragons only shooting 20%. As you see this nice drive by Marcus Marshall, forcing that contact, almost getting that basket to drop. But he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Like I was saying before this, Dragons 20% shooting before that basket went down to Kung Fu's 45%. They've got to start hitting shots if they want to keep in this game, as Marcus Marshall makes his first free throw.
Marcus Marshall, the man who's from Minnesota. He studied a general studies degree in a university in America. We're glad to have him. And he makes it a 3-point ball game. The Dragons still trailing though, Dre. Gotta play two-way basketball, gotta play defense.
Yeah, and it's a good place to be considering how badly the Dragons started this game. So nothing to be worried about here. As you see, a beautiful jump shot from the baseline. That is Tucker's move. Tucker has that little hesitation pull up from the baseline that always drops for him.
Marshall for the 2. Hits the iron. Tucker with the rebound. He's doing everything at the moment. Anthony Tucker. That's why he's the man. He goes for another shot. Yes! Anthony Tucker silences this crowd with a shot from downtown.
Beautiful shot by Anthony Tucker. Knows how to take the air out of this Dragons run right now.
Ting attacks the cup for the reverse, but can't finish. Howard, they've got the ball. Can he finish right there? He does. Wang Tan Yuen. Great instinct, great hustle, great basket. Justin Howard arguing to the referee, quick, saying no, that was a foul. Tucker saying, get out of my face, man.
Let's see, we're right here. Nice defense by the Dragons, quick retrieving that loose ball and taking advantage of it. I'm not quite sure what happened after that. Quick was asking for a technical foul. I didn't see the play.
Dragons got to stay with Tucker. Can't leave him open. Johnson! That was an easy basket for Kalen Johnson, the Filipino-American who is playing with Johnson, the Kung Fu Boys. Dragons, Marshall, great pass. Quick steps back, misses that. Tucker with another rebound. How many rebounds has Tucker got, Dre? Howard, they're really trying to neutralize Howard every time he's got the ball in the paint. The Dragons look like they panic a little bit, Dre.
Yeah, it looks like it right now. Tucker's probably got 4 or 5 rebounds. The Dragons just have to take it easy a little bit, get into their offense. As you see, this loose ball situation, no reason to foul Howard there. 3 defenders around him.
Well, Lo Shi-Fai now going to the bench. Teo Kok Hao. Remember what we always say about Teo Kok Hao? The man who's playing point was a shooting guard who's trapped in a point guard's body, Jerry.
Yeah, as you see, a beautiful pass and the finish by Howard. But Teo Kok Hao, definitely an undersized shooting guard put into the point guard position. He's an aggressive young man, though. You know he'll try to push the pace for the Dragons.
Kok Hao. Kok Hao for the 2. Hits the iron again. Dragons really struggling shooting-wise. Tucker, he's not struggling, but he misses right there. Good pass to Howard, good block. That in real time, Dre, that looked pretty clean.
Yeah, that looked clean. You see the interior passing by the Kung Fu Basketball Club, really good. Getting an open shot by Howard, forcing them to foul.
This is not very pretty at the moment if you're a Dragons fan, but if you're a Chongsan fan, you'll be very, very ecstatic that Chongsan has got a 10-point lead and really controlling the game at the moment. But early days right now, and Coach Chris Thomas, he'd be a little bit concerned at the moment, Trey.
Yeah, he would be. Kung Fu now pulling away 12 points in the first quarter. It's not a good deficit to have. You got to get something going in the half court here.
Marshall. Ting was trying to cut in. Curtis. Oh, well done for the big man. Big man can shoot.
Yeah, Curtis Marshall showing some touch from downtown as he nails that three-pointer.
Good job, Curtis Washington. Tucker, it's the Tucker show at the moment. Bounce pass to Howard, who easily puts it in. He was open.
Yeah, great find there by Tucker, finding the rolling Howard. They've got to play some better pick-and-roll defense here, the Dragons do.
Marshall, he's being guarded by Kalen Johnson. Marshall with the floater, but he falls short. And great move there by Washington. He was there to get the putback.
Yeah, you know he's going to call that a pass. I was trying to pass it to you, Curtis. That's what he's going to say.
The Dragons trying to play more aggressive defense here at the moment. Wakai to Tucker. Tucker tries to split the D himself, but he draws the foul.
Yeah, you can see the Dragons have trouble containing the penetration of Tucker. You see how on this particular drive, 3 defenders forced to guard him, and that's why giving up the foul was who Kakao was it that gave up the foul?
Need to see that in a replay, but Tucker is at the charity stripe. He's having a great game. He's having a great season. I spoke to him before the game. He's loving this basketball experience. I even asked him, what's your plans after you finish playing basketball? Because he's not young, he's 28 years of age. He said, I don't know, man, I'm not sure. I'm just loving basketball so much that I just want to keep playing forever. And he was very honest about that, which is a good thing and sometimes not a good thing.
Yeah, you gotta love the passion of these guys. They're not thinking beyond this basketball game right now.
Kakao, fake. Kakao. Kakao! Tio Kakao brings the crowd of MABA to their feet.
Nice pass fake by Kakao to get that layup. And MABA Stadium is
Johnson for the 3. And that's much better by the Dragons, but still, let's give credit where credit is due, Dre. Chong, the much better basketball team in the first quarter.
Yeah, Chong were executing much better, but well done to the Westports Malaysia Dragons to get back into this game.
Well, Coach Chris Thomas talking to his charges. You gotta play two-way basketball. You've gotta communicate, especially on the switches. Well, the second quarter just about to start. If you're just joining us for the very first time, we are live on RTM in Malaysia and live on ABL live stream. You're with me, Ben Ibrahim, and Andre Reza, and of course Ruth Ho, our courtside commentator, and the RTM production team, bringing you this game live from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. And Jonathan Bermillo is on the court right now. Oh, what a move by Tucker, but he couldn't finish. Washington tried to get the rebound. So, very, very aggressive start. Strong start by Chong. Tucker posting up. Tucker, will he kick out? Turn around 2, hits the iron. Great job by Marshall for the rebound. Well done, Marshall. Great ball control. Washington. Oh, hustle. That was great hustle there, but he was trying to go for it, Dre, and try to get the tip in.
Yeah, Curtis Washington, a little bit out of control there, but able to recover, almost gets that basket to drop.
Bermillo, he's a great shooting guard, and he can play the point guard position as well. Bermillo kicks out. Johnson to Howard. Tucker, fake. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. It's the iron. Looks like Chong are a little bit cold here at the moment, Dre, shooting-wise.
Yeah, that was a wide open shot. Missed that one, but a loose ball foul. Let's see here on this rebound attempt. Ball caroms off the rim. A foul, looks like. Loose ball foul. Didn't quite see that on camera on that replay.
Well, Jonathan Bermillo. Jonathan Bermillo, a man who is Canadian, but his parents are from the Philippines. He hasn't played very many minutes in the season. Tucker. Great pass again by Tucker. Johnson. Marshall with the rebound. Marshall's rebound stats must be quite high at the moment. Great pass. Real great move there by Real Cervantes.
A great lob there by Marcus Marshall to find Cervantes down low.
The man from Catanduanes in the Philippines. Tucker. Great passing team basketball there. Oh, that 2 shots by, for Kalen Johnson. I thought that was 50-50 call there, Dre.
Yeah, let's see this play here. Johnson, hard drive to the right. Looks like Cervantes is moving his feet, but referee saw otherwise. A blocking foul called, fouled in the act of shooting, so 2 free throws.
So, Kalen Johnson, 6'5", 25 years of age. He's from California, and he was a hockey player before he was a basketball player.
Ice hockey?
Well, he just said hockey. I didn't have time to clarify that, but you know what? Once he said I picked up a pair of basketball sneakers, I never ever looked back. And we're glad to have him. A very fit athlete, a very strong man. He hustles, he plays. Kokau. Marshall. Washington, the big man. Great move by Washington with a hook shot. Washington, what an outstanding move.
What a move, a little bit of a dream shake. Fake left, fake right, and a shimmy shake for that jump hook.
Bermillo for the 2 from the baseline. Real with the rebound. Marshall, this is much better by the Dragons. Kabahag for the 3. Yes! Patrick Kabahag hits the train.
Patrick Kabahag with a killer jumper from the corner to pull the Dragons within 2 points.
Kabahag. Patrick Kabahag, just like he played in season 2012. Liu puts it up. And number 27, Liu Zhan there.
Yeah, that's an obvious foul there, Kabahag. A lot of body contact before the shot was attempted.
Liu Zhan Kun, I was about to say, Dre. He's a great player, but he's a veteran in basketball in China. He's been around for a long time. He's known as Mr. Dependable. 30 years of age, 6'5". He doesn't play a lot of minutes, but you know what? He is Mr. Dependable. He will give you productive minutes, according to the guys I've spoken to in China.
And he looks like a great utility player. Brings the energy on the floor as he missed that first one.
Can he withstand the pressure of this MABA crowd? Oh, breaks both shots. Top Kokau. Let's go Dragons, let's go, the MC is saying. Chill Kokau attacks the cup, no! He was looking to pass to Washington.
Yeah, that was a good idea, but Kokau's got to put that over the head of the defenders, not try to kind of sneak it up there. Throw up a lob for Washington. He's a big man, he can go after it.
Kabahag. That was an ambitious shot, Trey.
One pass and done. Not the shot the Dragons needed there, but see if they can get a stop here.
Johnson, the athletic man, drive, great move. Kalen Johnson attacks the cup. What a finish and scorers to give the Kung Fu boys a 4-point lead right here at MABA Stadium. Kokau playing the point guard position. Marshall playing the 2 position. Marshall's been a bit quiet, Trey.
Yeah, Marshall, they know that the defense is king on him now. He's got to understand, they're going to throw double teams, move the ball around, but instead turns it over.
Bokai with the steal and the finish. They are really targeting Marcus Marshall, Dre, almost literally with that double team.
Yeah, you know that when you've scored 60 points, the defense is going to key on you. Make sure you move that ball around us. Washington misses that shot.
Washington, great attitude. I spoke to him before the game, and he's just so happy to be in Malaysia. And he's a really nice guy. I mean, he was once upon a time, well, still is in many ways, a freelance actor. He acted in a Kevin Hart movie, apparently, according to our Dragons research.
Yeah, he did. He is quite a articulate young man. As you see, Kung Fu bringing the ball out. Now, Dragons got to be careful. They've already got 4 fouls in this quarter, and it's still a lot of time left. 6 minutes remaining.
Howard couldn't finish right there. Here come the Dragons. They've got to be quicker in transition, Dre.
They got to push that ball fast. Cockhouse got to be a little bit more aggressive here. Attack that basket.
Washington from downtown. Dragons struggling in terms of boxing out and rebounding. Howard here should be with the easy basket and throws it down and hangs on the off the MABA rim.
Justin Howard, ahead of the pack, throws down a double-handed hammer.
Marshall with the floater, but rebounding again. There's a challenge for the Dragons. Jumps into Tucker. Easy basket. Coach Chris Thomas, he's got to call a timeout.
Where is the transition defense? Where is the Dragons' transition defense? They've got to move. If there's going to be a quick one pass and shot, you better move your feet back on the defensive end.
Just like that, Trey, it's a 10-point ball game. Dragons got to hit their shots, run some good offensive sets. Cockhouse for the 2. Dre, what do the Dragons have to do to hit their shots?
They got to start running their offense right now. They're settling for long 2-point jump shots. That's not a good shot. You got to run something. Attack the basket. Cockhouse got to know that he's got to turn that corner on that pick and roll and attack the basket.
Well, a timeout called right here at the moment at MABA Stadium. Coach Chris Thomas. And the second quarter about to resume right here at MABA Stadium. Kung Fu 36, the Dragons 26. And Andre Reza, the Dragons have got to play two-way basketball, but more importantly, they've got to go on a run.
Yeah, they got to go on a run. Dragons only shooting 34% from the field. They've got to start running more efficient offense to get better shots out there. As you see, a missed three-pointer there by the Kung Fu Basketball Club.
Good job there by Washington. Marshall, he's just slowing down the tempo. They're not looking for players to cut in. They just, whoa. Washington thought there was a foul there, but Marshall's got the ball back. Turnover by Choksan. What is the referee going to call right here? Everybody is stunned and confused.
Yeah, the referee is trying to be a little bit more tight with the whistle, whistling some ticky-tack fouls on the perimeter. Marshall had the clear advantage there instead of foul called. Will still be Dragons ball.
Like you said, Trey, the Dragons got to run some good offensive sets. And Coach Chris Thomas is very good at that.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely an X's and O's guy.
Marshall, 2 shots. To be fair, I thought that looked relatively clean.
Technical foul. Too much talking. You can see there, young fella, Johnson, not happy with that call. You see this drive by Marshall. Johnson thought he had a clear block But it's that follow-through, young man, that follow-through, knocking Marshall from behind. He was not happy with the call, very demonstrative. That's why he got teed up. You gotta know, even if you don't agree with the referee's call, you must respect it.
But you know what, Trey? From an entertainment point of view, I love that combative spirit of Kalen Chongson. He's here, he said, look, I'm not here just to be nice, I'm here to win a game. And he's got that winning mentality attitude about him. It's great to see.
You gotta love that fire, but you know, when it's detrimental to your team like this, you gotta keep that under control.
So it looks like both teams are very heated and chirpy at the moment, but still relatively friendly. Oh, Marshall, he's got to hit the shots. The Dragons are really relying on him for production, but fortunately the Dragons will get the ball back because of that technical. Ching to inbound the ball.
The Dragons here, Marshall looks to get the ball down low. Sorry, Washington gets the ball down low.
Ching was cutting in, asking the ball from Washington. Washington with a high screen. Washington to Ivan Yo, he's been quiet in this game. Yo drives. Oh, almost. Tried to work glass. Gokai. And Gokai saying, no, I don't agree with that call, but he's very, very angry with his teammates.
You see here, great defense by Shi-Fi to knock that one out of his hands and off his foot.
Ching to Washington. This is great, tight defense by Chong-Sun. Washington! What a reverse move by Washington! Hot stuff, Dre.
Great move there, a little bit of fake jab step, drives baseline and finishes with a pretty reverse.
Howard, he lost the ball. Dragons with a bit of momentum right here. They've got to protect the ball. Marshall was trying to pass to Shi-Fi, but good job to Chong-Sun in terms of transition defense.
Yeah, great transition defense. Looks like high pick and roll here for Marshall.
Washington, yes! Curtis Washington responds. And Coach Charles not happy. Timeout call by Chong-Sun.
Great shot there by Curtis Washington. He's now 2 of 4 from three-point territory.
So let's have a look at some highlights right here. Coach Chris Thomas walking through the plays with the Dragons, and Coach Charles Dubé-Bray not happy, Dre, at the moment. He would be pretty satisfied after the first quarter, but the second quarter the Dragons have played much better, but still inconsistent.
Inconsistent is the word, but this run here by the Dragons, drawing them within 4 points, Chris Thomas has got to be happy with that.
But the major question now is, Dre, can the Dragons be consistent, play two-way basketball, get some stops, and go on a run?
They've got to figure out how to stop Anthony Tucker. His penetration has caused all sorts of havoc for the Dragons' defense.
Well, what a player Anthony Tucker is, Dre. You and I have been in the league for quite some time. What a quality player we have in our league. We are blessed.
Yeah, it is. Anthony Tucker can do it all. Pass the ball, rebound. He rebounds really well for a guard as well. Able to score with that sneaky move on that baseline and a capable three-point shooter.
Well, they're deliberating at the moment with Mr. Chong from the game commissioner, because the scoreboard should read, according to our statistics, the Dragons 33, Chong-Sun 36. Coach Chris Thomas, he would definitely not be happy with the scoreboard.
No.
He's definitely a very numerical man.
Yeah, not at all. 32-36, should be 33-36. You know, Chris Thomas has been counting those baskets. You know he's got a guy down there counting by himself, making sure they're right. Unless they're saying that was not a three-pointer at the end of that, before that timeout, rather.
Well, wonder if this long break, who will it benefit, Dre? Because you're on a very, very good run at the moment, and all of a sudden, you're at a stop. And that sometimes, historically, to any team, can go for you, can go against you.
Yeah, that's right. This sort of long break to sort out technical issues is going to kind of put a damper in the Dragons' momentum. You see the players' faces here. All the Dragons are ready to go, but we've got to sort out this issue. I think it stems from the fact that Marcus Marshall's free throws, there was a mix-up during that free throws, whether he made 2 of 3 or 3 of 3. We'll see what the change has been made.
I was just about to say the scoreboard has been altered. The Dragons fans can smile a little bit more, 1 point more, because they are 3 points down, 1 tray, and this game is tied. 2 minutes and 52 seconds left in this quarter. Turnover! Here come the Dragons. They've got to be quick in transition. Marcus Marshall, Ivan Yo in the paint. Washington spins for the J. Yes! It's a 1-point ball game. Just like that, the Dragons only trail by 1.
Washington with a beautiful turnaround jump shot.
The Dragons now, they've got the ball. Can they hit the lead? What can they set up? Low C5! Yes! Low C5! Mr. Money! He has been known to do that. The Dragons in season 2012 said, money, money, money. When they say money, either set your ceiling Kupusami or low C5. Low C5 rolling back the years.
Yeah, low C5 giving the Dragons their first lead since the start of this game.
Here the Dragons come again. They are hot at the moment. Can they keep it going? Ching in the corner. Cross-court pass. Shi-Fi. Great pass to Ting. What a finish by Ting. The Dragons playing excellent team basketball. A 4-point lead.
Shi-Fi showing he can pass the ball as well as shoot it. Great move by Shi-Fi to find the open Ting, cutting down the lane.
But they've got to keep going. This is a very good Chong-san team. Then just like that, Chong Ren hits the 3. It's a 1-point ball game again. Just over 1 minute to go before halftime.
Some back and forth basketball, Ben. You know we love it out here.
Oh my gosh! This is the kind of game we love to call. It's all happening right here at MABA Stadium.
Someone get a fire extinguisher because that man is on fire.
Wakai, can he silence this crowd? Kalen Johnson thought about the shot. Good defense by the Dragons. 3-second call. Look at this crowd. You can hear this crowd. You can't hear a pin drop. They are shouting, they are roaring, and they are pumped.
Yeah, the Dragons firing on all cylinders here. You see great defense forcing the 3 seconds on Justin Howard. The 3 seconds call rather on Justin Howard, and a timeout call by Dragons to talk things over.
This is great stuff, Trey. The crowd going absolutely nuts. We've got some highlights coming up for you right here, right now, live on RTM and ABL live stream. Let's take a look at the highlights right now. We apologize for that technical fault. We had some highlights there for you, but we'll have more highlights coming for you a little bit later, all game long. It's a great one at the moment. The Dragons lead by 4. Over 30 seconds to go. Washington! Curtis Washington is just showing the basketball world, not just the ASEAN world, that big men can shoot. The new type of big.
Curtis Washington, 4-6 from three-point territory.
Here they come. Ooh, 2 shots there for Gwokai, and I'm really impressed with Gwokai.
Yeah, that's a great move by their Gwokai to drive. The Dragons have got to do better on that perimeter defense. You can't get your big man in foul trouble there, as Washington forced to help.
Well, as they say, Dre, the scoreboard is sometimes not reflective of the game. And don't forget, the first quarter belonged to Chong Kung Fu, but in the second quarter, it still was Chong who was bossing it around. But then all of a sudden, Dre, midway through the second quarter, the Dragons came to life.
They came to life behind the hot shooting of Washington, big man from downtown, from the top of the horn, able to show that he still has that. He does have a hot shooting touch.
What can the Dragons run right here? They'll want the last possession of the game, or the half, should I say. Mosho! Ooh, hits the iron, and that is the end of the first half. The Westports Malaysia Dragons lead Chongsan Kung Fu Basketball Club from China, 46 points to 40. Like I said, Dre, just like that, midway through the second quarter, the Dragons found their groove.
They found their groove, running some beautiful offensive sets behind the hot shooting of Curtis Washington, and great defense to stop Chongsan.
Well, highlights as promised. The Dragons lead 46 to 40. We're just gonna now cross over to Ruth Ho, our courtside reporter, who's with the coach of the Chongsan Kung Fu Basketball Club. Over to you, Ruth.
They made them, but we played terrible at offense. We rushed some stuff. We committed so many turnovers, missed so many opportunities. We opened the door for them to get back in the game, and they did.
What are your key adjustments in the second half?
Well, we're going to have to start playing our game and stop giving them the ball by committing turnovers. And defensively, we're going to have to make adjustments if they keep making shots. We've been playing fine for 15 minutes, but then we completely disappeared and became another team.
Thank you, Coach. It's back to you, Ben and Dre.
Thank you very much, Ruth. So, Coach Charles, not a happy camper at the moment. Andre Reza.
Yeah, not happy with how his offense is executing. A lot of rushing, and he knows that he's going to talk to his team during this halftime break to fix that.
Well, Dre, what do you think happened to the Chongsan team? I mean, all of a sudden, they, like you said, they just disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, they were rushing a couple of their shots. It is a game of runs. You got to remember that basketball is a game of runs, man. Dragons had their run.
The Dragons had their run. What a ball game we have for you right here between the Westports Malaysia Dragons, the team that won the ABL Championship in season 2015-2016 under a different coach, Coach Ariel Bangordia, defeating the Singapore Slingers 3-2, and Justin Howard was in that Slingers team. And Justin Howard, he had not had a lot of luck when going to the ABL Finals. He went to the ABL Finals last year with the Singapore Slingers and lost to the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions, led by Joshua Boone and Coach Edu Torres. And Dre, he really wants a championship, and that's why he moved to China.
Yeah, this Chong Kung Fu Basketball Club is a talented basketball club, and you know that they're going to make it back. They're top of the table right now, but they are currently down versus the Westports Malaysia Dragons, behind hot shooting of Curtis Washington.
Well, Curtis Washington, let's talk about a little bit about him, because he's just came in this week, a very talented player, 25 years of age, the man who's from Virginia but grew up in Atlanta, and he studied an arts degree in USC and Georgia State, but he finished it in Georgia State. He's played in a few countries. I mean, he was a bit rusty in the first quarter, Dre, but well, I mean, his numbers don't lie. He was very hot in the second quarter, especially from downtown.
Yeah, he was 4 of 6 from downtown. He's got 20 points, and it's only halftime. Ben, the Dragons were down by 10 points 5 minutes into that second quarter. Then out of nowhere, Curtis Washington stepped up, started hitting those 3 points, raining them from the top of the horn. And that's why they're now up 6 points.
Well, I mean, it's been a great game. We couldn't have asked for more, because it's been a very dramatic game and a very unpredictable game. Like we said earlier, Chong Sun, they bossed it in the first quarter. Then all of a sudden, the Dragons really knew how to execute their offensive sense, more consistent with their offense, Dre.
Yeah, they were. They knew they were running high pick and rolls with Marcus Marshall throughout that second half of that second quarter. Marcus Marshall with 6 assists, most of them going, I think, to Curtis Washington.
But you know what? It's very interesting what Coach Chris Thomas did in the towards the game, really, when things weren't going well. He really used a lot of his locals, guys like Lo Shi Fai, Ivan Yo, Cho Kao, Quet Ten Yuen, and they were playing better.
They were. They brought some energy, and Coach knew when to put back his imports after the locals had kind of pushed the pace a little bit. Shi-Fi with some nice shooting from downtown, some nice passing, making sure that energy transferred to the first squad, and they were up and running.
Well, as you can see right there, our master of ceremonies, Jason Vandal, who's a Canadian native who's been living in Malaysia for quite some time, and is calling Malaysia his home right now. He's a musician as well, and he's done a great job with the Master of Ceremonies duties over the years. Oh, almost there. So it's great to see that this crowd is really getting into it. You know what? This crowd may not look very big on TV, Dre, but they have been very loud and passionate, supporting the Dragons and trying to put off the Kung Fu Club.
Yeah, they have. This crowd has always been the sixth man of Westports Malaysia Dragons basketball, always infusing the club with that extra energy to push them to a championship 2 seasons ago.
But Dre, I mean, the second half coming up very shortly. I mean, if you're a neutral basketball fan, I spoke to a lot of my ABL contacts this week. They said that Chong Sun should get an easy victory, but it's not that way at all. What's your prediction in the second half in terms of style, like brand of basketball that's going to be played by both teams, the Dragons and Kung Fu?
Yeah, I know Coach Charles is going to make sure that his club is going to go back to that pick and roll basketball that worked so well early in the game. That first quarter, Anthony Tucker running the show, getting Howard to keep on rolling to the basket. There was no answer for that in the first quarter. I think they've got to go back to that if I was Coach Charles Dubebre.
What about Coach Chris Thomas? I mean, Mr. X's and O's. I know Chris Thomas. He loves his plays. He was a scout. He was a scout with the Golden State Warriors, and he worked under Quinn Snyder at the Utah Jazz. And he showed me his play. He likes to break down the opposition's plays, read the opposition. So he's gonna tell his players, correct me if I'm wrong, to neutralize certain players, to really try to stifle them, stifle their confidence. Guys like Tucker, guys like Howard. But that's going to be a tough job because Howard's a big guy. He's tough to guard.
Yeah, he's tough to guard. And that's the thing with coaches that come from the scouting ranks or from the film ranks. They understand how to break down their oppositions, with understanding what it is they need to do, what adjustments they need to make. Now, whether the player is going to adjust and make those adjustments is a separate thing altogether. But the Dragons have been doing really well. Now, I'm interested to see whether the Chongsan Basketball Club is going to try to take away that high pick and roll that's been so effective for the Dragons Club.
But Dre, this is just my personal opinion I wish to share. Look out for Guo Kai, number 14 for Chongsan. I mean, he has played some quite effective minutes, very athletic and strong young man. And when he drives, he either gets the shots or he finishes it quite well.
Yeah, he's shown some flashes of brilliance, especially on those drives, those hard drives to the cup. But again, now, if we're running that high pick and roll, if you're Chris Thomas, you're running that high pick and roll with Marshall and Washington, and you got to pick your poison, right? So if you're Chongsan, you got to pick your poison. Do I let Washington shoot that three-pointer, or do I let Marcus Marshall have his way off that pick and roll? Right now, they've chosen to leave Washington wide open from the top of the three-point circle.
And don't forget, Chongsan are missing two key players. They are missing number 3, She Jun, and number 11, Wang Yu. Wang Yu was very, very effective against the Formosa Dreamers on the weekend. And don't forget, this is the first time that Chongsan has been tested, because they've had 2 big blowout victories. Their first game against last year's runner-up, the Singapore Slingers, and then on the weekend against the new team, the new kids on the block, the Formosa Dreamers. Ladies and gentlemen, we do want to apologize if we have any technical difficulties right here. But if you're hearing us from all around ASEAN, from all around the world, we just want to shout out to everybody out there. A shout out to Coach Ariel Bangordia, who's in Thailand today, who called the Mono Vampire game earlier today. Mono Vampire had a huge win. To Alan Black, former analyst of the Westports Malaysia Dragons, who's now moved back to Perth. Alan, we wish you all the very best with your family. To all the parents of the Chongsan Kung Fu Basketball Club and the Westports Malaysia Dragons, girlfriends, wives, friends, we hope you're enjoying watching this game on ABL live stream. And if you're in Malaysia, watching it on RTM. And those are the stats at the moment. And field goal percentage by Chongsan a little bit better, almost 46%.
Yeah, but it's that turnover number you see here. Chongsan rushing their offense. That's going to result in turnovers. Dragons, good job, force those. Assists, pretty even. Rebounding numbers, Chongsan with a slight advantage. But it's those turnover numbers, Ben. The turnovers, that's why the Dragons have this lead.
Well, it's such a cliche saying in basketball, but you've got to protect the ball. And that's the learning curve that the Kung Fu boys will have learned from the second quarter, carrying over into the third quarter. I mean, Dre, you've coached many, many teams, from development teams to high-end teams. I mean, is that all you should repeat? Protect the ball, protect the ball, protect the ball? Because you know what they say, you just got to remember basics sometimes.
Yeah, and it's going to be more about running the offense. Coach Dewey Brech has really outlined for this Chongsan team. That's why the turnovers are happening. They're rushing through their offense, not getting the shots they want, going away from what was effective. It's going to be a combination here, Ben. Can they run their offense the way they want to, and can they stop the Dragons' high pick and roll?
Well, very good analysis there, Andre Reza. Let's hope for another close quarter between these two teams. The Westports Malaysia Dragons, who have been in the ASEAN Basketball League ever since day one in Season 1. And the boys from China, the Kung Fu boys from China, the Chongsan Kung Fu Basketball Club from Nanhai, they're not here just to make up the numbers. They are showing their intent very clearly. They want to win, and they want to win in style, and they want to win a championship in their debut season.
Yeah, they do, and they know they've got the talent to do that. Can they just execute down the stretch?
Kok Hao, fake, drive, Joe Kok Hao with the fake, the drive, and the basket.
Yeah, Kok Hao showing again. He did that in that first half, showing that fat pass fake and the layup over the outstretched hands of the defense.
A great shot there by number 17, He Chong Ren. He did that earlier in the game. You can't not body up on the bench players of Chongsan. Marshall can't finish. Howard with a baseball basket. Tucker, easy basket there for Tucker, and just like that, Chongsan are crawling their way while eating at that lead of the Dragons tray. Marshall posting up. Washington thought about it. Kok Hao, Ivan Yo, hesitation from the Dragons. Ivan Yo puts it up. Kabahag, oh, great move there, and hustle by Patrick Kabahag.
Yeah, and that all came from the fact that Ivan Yo was isolated against Howard on the perimeter. No interior rebounding. That's why Kabahag got that one.
Good pass by Ivan Yo. Here comes Kok Hao. Washington. Kabahag. Whoa. Great box out there by Washington, but couldn't hold on to the ball. But that's the kind of aggression that the Dragons need to do in terms of working the boards, Trey.
Yeah, they have shown some effort here to try to keep this lead. It's a beautiful drive. Almost gets that one to drop. There's that man you were talking about, number 14, strong into the paint.
Well, he's a strong athletic player, young man, walk high. A bit inconsistent from the charity stripe. Well, that's what I picked up when I watched the game against the Dreamers on the weekend. But it didn't really matter because they were up by so many points. Walk high. What did I say?
Yeah, you know, we may have just jinxed him as well. You never know. He'll hit this one.
Okay, Dre, you say he'll hit this one. Let's see which commentator he listens to. I spoke to him before the game. His level of English is pretty okay.
Told you.
Okay. You got that one. Don't forget, Dre, at the start of the fourth quarter, Nasi Lemak bet. The tradition continues. Kok Hao. Ivan Yo. Good tight defense by Kung Fu. Kabahag. Kok Hao steps back. Chill Kok Hao knocks it down from downtown.
Big shot by Kok Hao. That step back three. I'd love to see that again on replay.
Well, that's a 50-50 call right there because I saw a bit of contact. But Tucker to inbound the ball. Dragons got to play defense. Kung Fu got to hit back. Hits the iron. Kok Hao slowing it down. Ivan Yo open. Oh, he was open. Kok Hao. Ivan Yo didn't expect that, but he's got the ball. Yo. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. That's what Coach Chris Thomas has told his players. Don't overcomplicate things.
Yeah, Ivan Yo there looking to find Kabahag on the perimeter after that drive. Just a little bit too deep to make that kick-out pass.
Howard. He's been a little bit quiet the last couple of minutes. Tucker. Good pass by Tucker. Howard. Oh, excellent finish by the man I like to call Bear. Justin the Bear Howard. Ivan Yo. Marshall almost lost the ball, but he gets the ball back. Howard on Washington. That's a great battle right there. Got to be careful of the shot clock. Great double team on Marcus Marshall. Cross-court pass, steal, but another steal. Kabahag, yes! Patrick Kabahag. Those are those silly mistakes that Coach Charles was talking about of Kung Fu. Chong Ren. Good hustle by Kakao. Bit of a mismatch there. Howard. Oh, good move, Howard. Washington's got to do a better job in terms of defense right there.
Yeah, Howard too big, too strong, forcing his way into the paint for that jump hook.
Let's go Dragons, let's go, says the MC. But we want to see a tight game. It's pretty tight. Washington misses that shot. Tucker with the easy rebound. Tucker racking up the numbers. Turnover.
It's too loud.
It's sloppy right here. Oh, the block there. Everybody's stunned here at the moment. The referee trying to explain and trying to justify what's going on right here.
Yeah, that looked like a clean. Oh no, a little bit of arm, a little bit of hand. But you know, some would say the hand is part of the ball. But referee says otherwise.
Is that your poetry, Dre? I mean, come on, is that basketball poetry?
No, that is basketball. That's the rule on the street. Hand is part of the ball. As Kakao misses that one.
Teo Kakao is usually quite reliable from the charity stripe. Breaks both shots. You need to make those kind of shots. As I always say, free throws, bread and butter.
Yeah, that is. You gotta, in tight games such as this, they're gonna look back on those missed free throws.
Justin Howard with a putback. Got to box out a lot better, especially when Justin Howard's in the house.
Yeah, Justin Howard out hustling the younger Curtis Washington for that offensive rebound.
Kakao, Marshall. Great defense. Ivan Yo works glass and in. Ivan Yo, the best local player of the week, according to the ABL. Playing a steady game. What a dunk by Guokai. Silences this crowd. Throws it down.
Guokai rumbles down the lane to throw down that two-handed hammer.
Love to watch that again. That's a highlight reel moment right there. Well done, Kung Fu Marshall. Yes! Marcus Marshall saying, you can do a dunk, I can do something too.
Yeah, Dragons hitting right back after that big dunk.
Swing, Howard again, Mr. Reliable. Washington, I thought that was a foul. 2 shots for Justin the Bear Howard. I call him the Bear because he's as big as a bear, and he went to the Mercer State University Bears, and he loves that name. Okay, Coach Chris Thomas is getting noisy right now. He's got to be careful, Coach Chris Thomas. Four minutes and 23 seconds left in the third quarter. It's been absolutely entertaining. The Dragons up by 6, but both teams struggling to play a bit of consistent defense, Trey, but we're not complaining in that way because it's super, super charged and entertaining.
Yeah, you know we love a barn burner, Ben. Lots of offense. That's what we like to call.
Well, Justin Howard, every time he sees me, every season, he comes up to me before the game and says, a big shout out to my family, especially my mom. So to the Howard family, wherever you are around the world, your son, your friend, your family member, relative is having a great game, bossing it, and he's one of my candidates for player of the game. If things stay this way and if he continues to play this way, he is perfect from the line. 6 of 6. Ting. Hand off to Ril. Ril Cervantes. Cervantes. Ting for the jumper. Looks like Coach Chris Thomas trying to rotate a bit more. Straight.
Yeah, using his locals out here. See if they can keep up this energy.
Great shot there by Howard.
There was that accurate but somewhat unorthodox high post shot from Justin Howard.
Well, it doesn't matter, Trey, how you do it, as long as it goes in. And Marshall, he tried to sell that, in your words, Trey. He tried to sell 3 shots from the charity stripe.
Yeah, that's a good move there by Marshall, forcing the Kung Fu basketball player to commit that cardinal sin. What I call that cardinal sin, man, fouling the jump shooter, especially one that's on the 3-point line.
Well, since we're being so friendly to all our viewers out there, Will Marshall, father of Marcus Marshall, Marcus Marshall said his father, Will Marshall, is his hero. You know who's his other hero? Kobe Bryant, greatest of all time.
Kobe Bryant. We know you're a Lakers fan, Ben. You know you're going to think he's the greatest of all time. I have something to say about that. There's a couple of players I'd put above Kobe Bryant.
Well, I'm biased in that sense. Tucker. I'm not biased about this man. He's having a great one. Anthony Tucker.
It's that drive there by Tucker. Yeah, a little bit of body contact from Ting, but the Dragons complaining. You know, Tucker was already heading towards the ground, out of control there a little bit, but referee says otherwise.
Tucker to inbound. He's looking for Howard. They've got to stay with Howard. That was too easy, Dre. Defense has been a massive, massive question mark for the Dragons today.
Yeah, Kuala with that nice inside move. Still 2-point lead here for the Dragons.
Kakao. Ril asking for the ball. Ril. Gotta be careful. Gotta watch the shot clock. Gotta watch the shot clock. Oh. Silly, silly move. Too much, Trey. Too much.
Yeah, double dribble. Not often that you see that on the ABL stage. Not a call that you see often.
But this is an education for the locals, Dre. Don't forget, for the locals, guys like Ting, Kakao, Quick, they don't play a lot of basketball throughout the year. So they need this game time. They need this audition time. Tucker! Oh, Tucker, just like that, from downtown, gives the Kung Fu boys the lead.
Big, big shot there by Tucker, pulling out from deep.
Kakao! Ball shot, baseball pass, Barmillo, and one! Jonathan Barmillo showing that he doesn't play a lot of minutes, but when he comes on court, he is efficient and effective.
Yeah, Kakao getting that 3-point shot blocked and slow in transition, being the last man back. He's got to hustle down court, commits the foul, and gives up that basket. He won't be happy with himself there.
Jonathan Barmillo, the man with an economics degree from Bishop's University, a very prominent university in Quebec. 26 years of age, quite short, 6 foot, but quite a nice guy as well. Spoke to him a bit about the game, about how he's adapting to China, and he just said, look, I'm a young guy, just trying to get the experience, build the experience, and build the CV and portfolio. Dragons 4 points down. Ting, too much on that. Oh, at one point I thought that was Chong Sun ball, but referee says otherwise. It came off
You see,
Chong Sun player.
Yeah, Ting trying to force something there. Looked like it came off the feet of Guo Kai. Good call by the referee.
That is a very good call because in real time it looked like otherwise. So well done to the referees. And I must give credit to all our referees out there in the ASEAN Basketball League, not just this season, but historically. A very, very tough job to call it in real time. And everybody's an expert, isn't they, on refereeing, Dre?
That's right. They all think they can do better.
Quick. Oh! The putback jam by Washington. The man from Virginia. Brought up in Atlanta.
Curtis Washington, out of nowhere, puts back that miss from Kwek.
It's a 2-point ball game. Good rebound there by Johnson. Johnson with that combative look once again. He looks like Kobe Perez.
I wouldn't go that far. He does have an aggressive look about him, a little bit military. He looks like a kind of guy that won't back down from a fight.
Well, Kobe Perez, a gold medalist with the Philippine SEA Games basketball team this year. Johnson, very athletic man, studied at Biola University, the Eagles. He's a big Russell Westbrook fan. Can he shoot like Russell Westbrook? Russell Westbrook will be proud of him right there.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook. And Johnson does play with that aggression that Russell Westbrook brings to the court.
Marshall screened by Washington. Dragons taking their time a bit. They've got a little bit of time, but they can't take advantage of time. Marshall posting up. Puts it up, falls short. That's good, tight physical defense by Kung Fu, and just like that, they're on a good run at the moment, and they're working it through. Guo Kai.
Yeah, nice no-look pass there by Anthony Tucker, finding Guo Kai wide open down low.
Well, this is quite similar to the second quarter, Jerry, but kind of the opposite in the sense that halfway through the third quarter, it's the boys from China who have come alive and gone on a good run and playing good defense as well.
Yeah, they have, and Dragons don't have an answer right now. That putback dunk just now from Washington, the only points from Washington in this second half, that he's got to get more involved.
Chilcock Howe now with the ball. The Dragons trail by 6. Justin Howard and Anthony Tucker, both players having a fantastic game, respectively. Kwek loses the ball. Here comes Chongson. Chongson drives and scores with ease, with the easy layup right there, Dre. They're on a good run.
Yeah, Chongson. Too big, too fast. Getting to the cup at will right now.
Kakao. He's got to protect the ball. Can't turn it over. Got to watch that shot clock. Kakao for the long 3. Very ambitious indeed. Tucker. Over 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Tucker, great pass. Swinging it around the perimeter, Tucker, good pass to Howard. Oh, good block there by Quick, and well done to the Dragons, good defense. But can they score? Washington, ooh. Washington was looking for the foul because he was driving to the cup.
Yeah, nice pass by Kuala. Washington bumped on that drive attempt. Dragons gotta rally here a little bit, try to execute one last good play with these 13 seconds remaining, Ben.
Ting, they need a basket. Ting with the reverse. Well done, Ting, he's good at that. Puts it up, oh, and it is a 6-point lead for Chong. Still quite tight, but you must give props to Chong. They were definitely the better team, especially halfway through the third quarter. In that period, Dre, Kung Fu giving it a good chop.
Yeah, they were. It's great basketball, back and forth basketball. Really, really exciting to see. Westports Malaysia Dragons have got to start executing again in the half court. Got to take better shots out there. But this is exciting basketball, Ben. This is what we came to see. We didn't want to see a one-sided show. We wanted to see a barn burner, back and forth basketball. Now 66-72, a lot of points scored, and still a lot of basketball left to be played.
A lot of time left, and I think this is going to be a very, very high-scoring game. At the moment, Howard with 22 points and 12 rebounds. Anthony Tucker, close to a triple-double, 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists. This guy being Anthony Tucker, putting in some real MVP performances, Dre.
Yeah, he is, right. He is, like we said at the top of the show, Ben, he is the catalyst behind this Chong Kung Fu Basketball Club's offense. He's able to push the pace. He passes the ball willingly. And that three-point shot, just like, he'll just pull up. He's got such a quick release, and it's got the range from deep.
Well, I'm wondering if we're going to see number 19 in the fourth quarter for the Dragons, John Ng, the veteran, the man who's on a comeback trail. Don't forget, John Ng retired in season 2014 after the Dragons lost to High-Tech Bangkok City 2-0 in the finals. But the following season, they came back and won the championship. But that's the past. This is the present. This is a new day, a new team. Relatively a new team and a new coach compared to that team led by Coach Ariel Van Gordia and assistant coach Justino Peanut. Chong to inbound the ball. Let's hope for another close quarter. Tight basketball, end-to-end stuff right here at MABA Stadium. Live on RTM and ABL live stream. Tucker pulls up for the two. Got to do a better job rebounding there, Dre. Dragons got to rebound better.
Yeah, you've got to end a good defensive possession with a rebound. That was forcing Tucker into a pull-up jump shot. Not a very efficient shot. You've got to make sure that you get that defensive rebound. You see Guokai hit that mid-range jump shot.
Well, Guokai, he's having a great game. He'll be a dark horse for the player of the game. And Dre, it is the fourth quarter. Who do you think will be player of the game at the end of this one?
Yeah, I've got to say, that man right there, Curtis Washington, if the Dragons can get back into it, he is my vote for player of the game.
Well, if I'm going to be on the other side, if Kung Fu win this game, I'll say Anthony Tucker. Anthony Tucker for the shot. Ooh. Washington just slowing it down right there. Just trying to get calm and composed. Referee still undecided. The coach of Kung Fu saying no. What will the referee communicate right here?
Yeah, referee didn't see where that ball came off. It will be a held ball, possession arrow to the Westport Malaysia Dragons, so it'll be possession Dragons.
Well, Dragons fans will be happy about that because the Dragons are going to try to go for a run. In the words of the great Andre Reza, basketball is a game of runs.
It is, and this is where the Dragons need to push back right here. Kokau.
Washington spots up for the 3. Yes! Curtis Washington! Your boy, Dre!
Yeah, Curtis Washington, that's the man that you've got to get back to. That 3-point shot is deadly for him right now.
Tucker, they've got a body up on Tucker. He can set it up, he can score, he can rebound. A good steal there by Washington. Ivan Yo, smart move to slow it down. Dragons have got a bit of momentum, but can they execute? They've got to execute. Marshall! Oh!
Forced that one. Not a good shot there from Marcus Marshall.
Not quite. Dragons defensively being tested right now. 8 minutes to go. A good drive there by Guokai. I'd love to see Guokai's numbers.
Yeah, again, the nice pick and roll action between Tucker and Guokai. That's why the pick and roll is so effective. Forces those mismatches. Guokai shooting over the much smaller defender there to finish that one.
A turnover again, but this time the Dragons turn it over. A great pass. Howard!
Where is the transition defense from the Dragons? It was a 3-on-1 break. No one from the Dragons ran back there.
Well, Kwek Tuan Yen about to check it back into the game because the Dragons need some defense. And Patrick Kabahag on the court because the Dragons need some offense. And if there's one man who can hit shots, it's Mr. Kabahag.
Yeah, Kabahag has that sense of when that big shot, that dagger is necessary. As big shots there by Marcus Marshall over the outstretched hands of Justin Howard.
Marcus Marshall stepping up. Tucker, defense! Where's the defense? But good move by Tucker. Good vision. He drove and he scored.
You can't let a guy like Tucker have so much space in front of him. He's going to just take it right to the cup.
Ivan Yo thought about it. Yo for the 2. Hits the iron. Bermello with the easy rebound. Here comes Bermello. Howard. Oh, 2 shots for Bear. Good move though by Justin. He's playing great.
And that's the second time, as you see on this replay right here, the lane was wide open, forcing a foul just to prevent that easy basket. Someone has got to stand in the paint. In transition, you can't leave that the painted area wide open, and Justin Howard will go to the line for 2 shots.
Justin Howard having a fantastic game. The man who studied an international business degree. He's looking at the crowd trying to put him off. If he gets this, he'll look at the crowd and say, yeah, that's for you guys. That's you guys being MABA Stadium.
Yeah, like we said at the top of the show, he doesn't have a very orthodox shot, but it is very accurate, very effective.
In the words of Alan Black, an ugly jump shot. But ugly, pretty, doesn't matter if you get it in the net. Defense is the call by the master of ceremonies. Tucker, great pass to Howard. He gets a putback. Howard is a problem for the Dragons.
Yeah, right now there is no size down low for the Dragons. They have got to get a bigger body on Justin Howard.
You know what, Dre? I've always wondered this, not just because of tonight, but from his performance from last season. I know a lot of people look at Howard and say, okay, he's a bit old. He's, 36 years of age. But you know what? I don't know why the Dragons never considered him as one of their bigs.
I'm not quite sure either. I didn't know he was available. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure it would have been a thought at least. Justin Howard has shown that despite his age, he is a force to be reckoned with down low. He runs the floor like a young man. He's a big man, and he's running down that paint on a fast break. This is something that you need from your big man.
6 minutes and 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. This is where it counts, Dre. You gotta execute right now, and which team can execute better at the moment? Kung Fu with all the moves and with all the plays and with a better execution.
That high pick and roll there for the Dragons, nothing coming out of it. Washington with the ball on the wing, waiting for a cutter, and there that cutter is, but it was a sloppy pass.
This is what the local players have to learn from the SEA Games. Protect the ball. Against Thailand, they turned it over too many times. That was a harsh lesson. Gwokai, Howard, kick out, swing. Tucker kicks out. Chong-san, rebound by Kabahag. The big man, the big shot man, shall I say. He knows how to hit big shots. Can he hit a big shot right here? Ting spots up for the three. Bermillo with the easy rebound. Bermillo, athletic. Drives. Oh, good move. What did I say? Athletic Bermillo.
Bermillo, all the way, coast to coast, grabs that rebound, goes, takes it the other way. No one standing in front of him. You've got to stop the guy like that. Pick him up early. And he scores that basket, but a technical foul called. Let's see here, this Bermillo driving, 3 defenders around him, still manages to hit this layup. And then there's a technical foul there. Justin Howard guilty of holding the ball after it came through the basket. I guess he has been warned beforehand, so he will get called for a tee.
Over 5 minutes to go. Marcus Marshall makes one. And the Dragons get the ball back because of that technical. So not impossible for the Dragons to win this game, but Chong-san are quite effective at the moment. And you would say the momentum is with them, but can they finish the job? Andre Rezar.
And I think the Dragons get one last run in them here, but they've got to get the ball moving as Ivan gets fouled there. But the Dragons offense was looking stagnant until that bailout call. They've only got 5 minutes left in this game. When you have this kind of deficit, you've got to start moving. You've got to move the basketball.
Marshall to Yo. Yo! Oh, not quite. But they've got the ball back. Well done to the Dragons. Better hustle right there. 7 left on the shot clock. Marshall, Yo open. Still Dragons ball with 4.5 seconds left on the clock.
They've got to run that high pick and roll. It was effective in the game, especially when running it with Washington. Do you know why? It pulls Justin Howard away from the basket. It makes you choose your poison, and Washington has been effective from the top. Nice pass, and the finish there.
Ivan Yo, the man who struggled with injury towards the end of last season. He has been a great breath of fresh air for the Dragons. Yo would try to play defense. Oh, what a move. What a move by Tucker. He just grabbed it, drove, scored. The hoop and the harm.
Yeah, Tucker saw the wide open lane. Defensive rotation from Ivan Yo, too slow. Ends up fouling him instead. And he'll go to the line for one shot.
Well, Kung Fu, Chong-san Kung Fu with the answers right now. Oh, Anthony Tucker bricks that. That's very rare this season, that is. Tucker, he doesn't miss many shots.
No, he does not from the charity stripe.
Dragons got to go. They've got to score and get a few stops. Marshall for the runner. In and out. Ting tried to get the rebound, but it came off a Dragons player. And the silent assassin right there, Gwokai. 16 points. He's had a very, very good game. Tucker calling the shots, bringing it up. Chong-san open. Gwokai, handoff to Bermillo. Chong-san cutting in. This is good basketball by Kung Fu. Bermillo. Great job there. No, basket does not count.
No, shot clock violation, but still, good effort by Kuala to get that ball.
They look like the fitter team, Dre. Better condition. I mean, some of the Dragons players here looking a little bit huffed and puffed.
Yeah, getting to the ball faster. All these 50-50 balls now going to the Chong team.
Marshall. Washington. Shots not going down for the Dragons at the moment. They need production. Tucker. Tucker saying slow it down. We've got a double-digit lead. Let's just play smart basketball.
Yeah, that's a good call by Tucker. No reason to rush it. Just probing the defense.
Wakai. Wakai. You know what? He would be a massive asset to any team. That athleticism, that aggression, that physical prowess, that attitude of boxing out.
Yeah, he wants the ball more than anybody else, and he's strong, and he's skilled around. He's got a nice touch around the basket.
I mean, I'm very, very impressed with Wakai. Looks like our contacts are correct. An outstanding athlete and a great young basketball talent, Dre, but still working to be consistent from the charity stripe.
Yeah, that's where he struggled. He's shooting. He's got 9, but he's not struggling from the field. 8 of 9 from the field. Just the free throw. The charity stripe is where he's unable to take that to another level.
Well, he's a young man, only 24 years of age. Marshall. This Dragons crowd very silent. Washington with the screen. Double team on Marshall. Good defense. Kabahak for the 3. Oh, good tip in there by Ting.
Great tip by Ting, but now Dragons gotta get a stop. Gotta play some defense. Only 3 minutes remaining in this game.
Not a lot of time left. Great pass by Tucker. Guokai pulls up. And Tucker out-rebounded Washington. Amazing. What an athlete. No look pass to Johnson. Johnson drives.
Looks like a foul on Ting. But Howard should have been called for 3 seconds there. He looked like he was camped down.
I was just about to say that.
Put up a tent down in that painted area.
Tucker with a triple-double officially, according to our stats team, led by Calvin Lim. 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists. Wow.
Back-to-back triple-doubles for Anthony Tucker.
He's, you know what? There's nothing stopping Tucker right now. You know, and I'll be very, very honest, Dre. When I saw Tucker at the Srimachara Cup earlier, just a couple of months ago, I just said, yeah, this guy, I mean, he was playing on the same team with a few guys with great basketball pedigree. You know what? He hardly played any minutes. I just said, yeah, he'll be okay. Next thing I know, he's here in the ABL dominating.
Yeah, I mean, he showed flashes of brilliance, but he didn't get the ball so much in that Srimachara Cup. Much different here where he is the catalyst, the focus of this offense.
Kabahak with a turnaround 2, misses that by a country mile. And this is looking like an uphill battle for the Dragons to really trim down the league and lead, shall I say, and win this game.
Yeah, Tucker content to slow the ball down a little bit, asking for a high pick and roll with Justin Howard.
Great talent. Howard, I think the Dragons are like saying, Coach Chris Thomas, you can't see it on screen, he's kneeling down and saying, come on, guys, put some fight into it.
Yeah, that was a nice play there to get that open shot down low for Howard. Howard there guilty of reach-in foul.
But the bright spot for the Dragons, Washington playing a great game, Dre. I mean, he's only had a couple of sessions with his team, but he's fitted in quite well. Yeah,
he has brought the defense. As you see that reach-in foul by Justin Howard, Washington has brought the defense and a surprisingly soft touch from downtown.
But I must be honest, Dre, I was looking forward to Solomon Jones, a guy with an NBA pedigree play in the ABL, but very sorry to hear about the passing of his grandfather. We wish his family all the very best. Real was blocked there. Good defense by Kung Fu. And Dre, I think you'd have to say this is Kung Fu's game to lose.
Yeah, with only a minute and a half remaining in this game, Chong Sun in the driver's seat. Tucker just probing the defense. Look at this. Always finding the open man.
Easy rebound there for Chong Sun. I mean, Dre, Coach Chris Thomas, Coach Ariel Van Gordia, Coach Justino Peanut, all these Dragons coaches have always said to me, we've got to change the culture of the Dragons. Get them to be aware of defense, and that's the reason, according to Coach Ariel and his team, coaching team, the reason why they didn't win in season 2014, but they looked like they turned it when they won the championship, but now they're like taking a few steps back in that way, or some side steps.
Yeah, again, with Justin Howard, he's always been a thorn in the side of the Dragons, able to always bring those big games in MABA Stadium. Again here, his first miss from the charity stripe, but giving up the offensive rebound.
Well, Dre, we can't see it on screen right now, but certain fans are leaving MABA Stadium. 1 minute to go. Tucker puts it up. Howard. Shot clock violation. So a 15-point lead, a timeout with 56.6 seconds left. What will both respective coaches be telling their respective charges, Dre?
I know Coach Chris Thomas is probably going to draw a play to help get a basket, just to get his team's morale up a little bit, try to get things going. You know, with this much time left on the clock and this large of a lead, it is very, very difficult for them to consider a comeback at this point. You know, Coach Charles Dubebre is going to essentially be telling his team, keep on doing what you're doing. Anthony Tucker is running this team like a well-oiled machine. That high pick and roll has been so effective with Justin Howard.
Well, John Ng looking at there. And let's look at the highlights. 56.6 seconds left. Chong Sun with a big healthy lead to try to close out this game. 94-79 over the home team, the Dragons. And Dre, one thing that will probably hurt the Dragons in terms of when they look at the stats is turnovers and how many times they lost the ball carelessly.
Yeah, definitely turnovers an issue, and also the inability to hit those shots. Could not get the offense going. I know right now, although not so high, 10 turnovers is pretty decent for a professional basketball team.
Well, one man I'm surprised who hasn't lit the Dragons on fire yet, but early days yet, is Real Cervantes. Tucker again with an easy basket. I mean, that's gimmies there, Dre.
And that really is the reason the Dragons lost this game. Anthony Tucker, no one could stay in front of him, and he ran the offense extremely well with Justin Howard. That combination of those two players is why Chong Sun will come away with this victory. Yes, a nice putback dunk by Curtis Washington.
But more of a consolation at right there. The crowd not being too excited about it because that is not a pretty scoreboard. Kung Fu 96, Dragons 81. And Tucker and Chong Sun will just, play it out. The Dragons bench going over to the Chong Sun bench and saying congratulations to Chong Sun. The Chong Sun Kung Fu Basketball Club take this game, defeating the Westports Malaysia Dragons 96-81. Absolutely effective in execution and also relentless in rebounding and defense.
Yeah, Chong Sun definitely in the driver's seat throughout this game. It was a back and forth game, and it looked really competitive, especially in that second quarter where the Dragons showed that they had the ability to contribute, or get a lead. It was really surprising to see, especially behind the hot shooting of Curtis Washington.
Well, they had a great game, and no surprise that Anthony Tucker will be named, shall I say, the player of the game. He's not just had a great game tonight, but he's had a fantastic season. Early days yet, 3 games into the season, but Chong undefeated, and I can't wait until they take on Alab and the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a great matchup to watch. I know I'll be tuning in to see how Chong deals with both of those teams.
Well, we're just standing by right now, about to throw over to our courtside reporter Ruth Ho, who's just trying to grab the player of the game, Anthony Tucker. I mean, this man, what a talent, Dre.
Yeah, he is a great talent on the offensive end, able to run his team's offense so well. That triple-double, and no surprise, he can score, pass, and rebound.
But let's put everything into context. It is very early days, and let's see if Chong can live up to that favorites tag. You know, they are from China, basketball territory. Can they keep going, Dre?
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. I think they can.
Well, let's now cross over to Ruth Ho, our courtside reporter, who's with the ABL player of the game for this game, Anthony Tucker. Over to you, Ruth.
Thank you, Ben and Dre. Tucker, what were you happy and not so happy about in the game?
The first half, we had them down 10 points a couple of times. We had a little breakdown there in the second quarter and let them back into the game. I think we did a good job of battling through adversity and coming together as a team.
How do you guys rise above the physicality of this game?
I mean, we're a physical team too, so we had guys, Justin Howard did a great job rebounding, defending. Kalen did an unbelievable job guarding Marcus Marshall, who's a great player, as good of a scorer as there is. So we just got guys that just battled and played hard, and you know, luckily we came out on top.
Now that you've seen Curtis Washington, what's your plan to stop him in your next game at home?
He got hot. He made a lot of shots from the top of the key. We didn't know much about him. I think he just got here, so you know, it's kind of a learning experience for us as a team. But hats off to him. He played great. He shot it well. So I mean, hats off to him.
Once again, congratulations. It's back to you, Ben and Dre.
Thanks very much, Ruth, and congratulations to Chong What a game, what a performance. And Dre, for the Dragons, where to from here?
Yeah, I think it's back to the drawing board on the defensive end, how they're going to deal with the offensive capacity of the team, how they're on the defensive end, how they're going to deal with that high pick and roll that they will run.
That's right. Well, let's now cross back to Ruth Ho, our courtside reporter, who's now with the coach of the Chong Kung Fu Basketball Club. Over to you, Ruth.
Thank you, Ben and Dre. Coach, congratulations on tonight. What were you happy and not so happy about tonight?
I mean, I think we kind of let down a lot of things in the second quarter. Our pick and roll defense wasn't up to par, but that's on me. I mean, we had to change some stuff, especially with Curtis Washington being that hot. But I didn't like the way we turned the ball over and kind of got a little careless with it in the second quarter. But we made the right halftime adjustments, and hats off to the players. They fought hard like crazy in the second half. They executed the game plan to perfection, and they didn't get the same open looks they were getting in the first half, so we're real happy about that.
Next up, you'll be going again Westports Dragons once again, right? So what technical adjustments will you be working on?
I mean, it's a long season. They're going to play a lot of games. They will certainly change some stuff. Curtis Washington just got here a couple of days ago, so he barely had time to get integrated and had a fantastic game today. So we'll have to see how they evolve. They were extremely dependent on Marshall. We prepared for that, but things may be different in a couple of months. So they played very well tonight. Hats off to them. They were a very tough out, and we're very happy to get that win on the road.
Thank you, Coach. It's back to you, Ben and Dre.
Thanks very much, Ruth. What a game. And you know what? He coached really well. He didn't panic. He was constructively, well, critical of his team, and he told that to us. But you know what? Good coaching.
Yeah, it was good coaching. You got to make adjustments within the game. They had a great lead in the second quarter. Dragons hit right back. The pick and roll defense, like Coach said, not so great. Giving Curtis Washington some open looks on the top, and they adjusted, and that's why they won this game.
That's why they won this game. So congratulations to Chong. But that's for us, it's good night on behalf of Andre Reza, myself, Ben Ibrahim, Rutho, and everybody here at RTM. We hope you had a great time, and we'll catch you next time when the Westports Malaysia Dragons take on the Mono Vampire Basketball Club from Thailand. Until next time, everybody, catch you later.